Hello, my name is Ash, a counselor in training. This is my Relatable study podcast for individuals who need help studying for their NCE, CPCE, and other related counseling exams. I'm going to go through many questions from multiple resources and make the answers relatable to both you and me. So get your listening ears on and let's get studying. Experts firmly believe that a common weakness in many groups is A. Setting too many goals, B. Using a male and female co-leader, C. The leader uses a democratic style, D. A lack of goal setting. The answer is D. Experts firmly believe that a common weakness in many groups is a lack of goal setting. When goals are made, they are often defined but are too vague, so having too many goals is not a weakness, but having a lack of goals and setting the goals is a common weakness in many groups. Using a male and female co-leader, on the other hand, can actually benefit the group and set an example of how males and females could interact. And group leaders can use a variety of group leadership styles, not just a democratic style of leadership. But the answer is a lack of goal setting is a common weakness in many groups. Why is an intelligence test used? Intelligence tests predicts a person's academic performance in the future and determine the person's mental potential. Some intelligence tests include the Wechsler's Adult Intelligence Scale, Stanford-Binet Intelligence Test, Solon's Intelligence Test, so on and so forth. There are many different kinds of intelligence tests out there, and I would recommend looking into a couple of them to broaden your scope on the different types of intelligence tests and what they are used for. A university student wants to address concentration difficulties and procrastination. He often feels overwhelmed by academics and struggles with deadlines. He also has trouble with social situations. How can a counselor address this client's challenges? A. Building up his strengths. B. By encouraging him to pursue other options. C. By developing a plan to address specific challenges. D. By emphasizing the importance of his studies. The answer is C. By developing a plan to address specific challenges is how a counselor can address this client's challenges. For developing a plan for concentration and procrastination, the client and the counselor can work together to create a plan and how he can be more effective with finishing tasks and find a way to help him concentrate. For example, if he reads X amount of pages, he could take an X amount of time for a break. And with his deadlines, the counselor can work on scheduling days and times where he focuses on his homework and or tests within the deadline time frame and completing it early. Taking it step by step and creating a plan with the client to address these specific challenges is how a counselor can work with this individual. A group leader who utilizes an abundance of group exercise is A. Probably not running an assertiveness training group. B. Is running an unstructured group. C. Is running a structured group. D. Is invariably running a self-help group. The answer is C. A group leader who utilizes an abundance of group exercises is running a structured group. When you read the words abundant and group exercises in a similar sentence like this, think of structured groups. Structured groups use group exercises, whereas unstructured groups may be led by the group itself. Why is a vocational preference instrument used? The vocational preference instrument is utilized to discover patterns of characteristics that describe individuals' preferences or inclinations to do something in leisure, education, and work settings. A vocational preference instrument could be a strong interest inventory or the coder preference record vocational. I recommend looking up different kinds of vocational preference instruments and look into what they are for and how are they used. That is all 5 questions for this episode. Thank you for listening. Keep calm and study on.